We did an unboxing video about the V300 Ultimate by Vosker, and in that video, well, we unveil everything there is to know about this kit. Now, we heard your feedback and you wanted us to do an installation live on camera, so here we are today. We took that time in between to test out the product, see exactly how it works to make this video perfect for you guys. So we're gonna start from scratch how to install the camera, and then we'll go inside the Vosker application to show you how the camera actually works and how to set it up to try to avoid any kind of false alarm. All right, let's get to it. For today, we're going to do an installation on this tree, but inside the V300 kit, you have multiple type of installation. This is one thing I like about this kit specifically, is you have a flat mount that you can use if you need to install it maybe on a flat surface of your home or even on a fence. Now we're going to use these specific screws. So as I mentioned, there are different type of installation, but this one is for wood purposes, so it will be way easier to install and you can actually do it by hand. So what I'm going to do is drill a small hole inside of the tree, and then with my hand I will just screw it in, and this way it will be secured and my camera won't be moving from this installation. All right, let's go. Making a hole here, and like I mentioned before, by hand you're actually able to push and install the mounting right away. So you can actually swivel it up to change the camera position. So now I want the camera to be facing up like this. So you have your first mount for the camera that is installed. And now we're gonna do the second one. So the second one is for the solar panel. That's a discussion we can have maybe in the comment. I always think about installing it true south, so it's able to capture the sunlight from east to west. But I heard southeast is better, southwest is better. I'd like to hear your opinion on this one. I'm not exactly sure why I have true south in mind and why I always did this. So let me hear your opinion in the comments below. And now we're gonna install the solar panel with the USB-C cable. So from the camera to the panel itself. So keep a short distance between each products. And again, make sure it catches enough sunlight. So no ceiling over, not too many branch over, so it's able to capture every light there is. When this is installed, keep in mind that you always have a swivel on your handle right there. So you're able to change the angle in which it will face. So for the camera, we put it up. So we're gonna sit the camera on top of it. But for the solar panel itself, we want it to turn from east to west. As I mentioned before, I installed it through south, so it's pointing directly to the south direction. And then we'll be able to move it southeast or southwest, depending on how much light is needed. How to place your V300 camera on its mount right here. So there are two options. Again, as I mentioned, you have a swivel, so you can remove the base of the mount, set it up before, install it then on the mounting here. But now we have enough space, so what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, there's a hole right here. I'm just gonna turn the mount on the camera itself because I have enough space, and I will be able to install it right away, just like this. So turning, and there you have it. My camera is good to go. And you can open your application, so your Vosker app, to be able to review the picture you're seeing. So making sure you have the right angle there. So far looks good. The other way you can install it, so as I mentioned, with the swivel here, you can remove this part of your mount. So this little thing here, and from then you can install your solar panel or your camera directly. So it's way easier. You choose between the mounting here, so for different heights of your solar panel. Now we're gonna go straight in the middle. So you put it here, you screw it in, and now it's secured. And now you can put it back in its mounting slot. So just by pushing, and then with the swivel, you secure your panel. And there you have it, system installed. But one last thing that I forget to mention, always remember to connect your camera with your solar panel using the USB-C that is provided with your V300 kit. So for the camera itself, the USB-C is underneath the camera. So I will plug it in here. And same thing with the solar panel. So you have multiple slots underneath. You just get the USB one, open it, and connect the camera from there. And there you have it. So you have your external battery as a solar panel working to charge the battery of the camera. I want to put the emphasis of charging your battery beforehand, because the battery is not charged when you receive your V300 kit. So this can take up to 6 hours, and as you've seen, installation takes minutes. So it's really simple to do. This is the longest part, so charging the battery overnight will save you time and will make the camera ready to go as soon as you try to install it. And this also goes for the solar panel. So you have a 12 DC volt that comes with your V300 kit. You're able to connect your solar panel and charge it right away. So at the same time as the battery, this way your kit is ready to go as soon as you get out of the box. The solar panel, again, I want to point out how important it is, because if you only use the battery, well, your autonomy of the camera can be quite small. So by using the solar panel, you increase that autonomy to up to 6 months to a year. So having it set properly, again, facing the sun, it will help a lot with the camera. Now, what makes this camera great and flexible, like I mentioned before, it can be used in so many ways, and I want to focus on temporary sites. So let's say construction sites where you would install this camera. And why it's so good is, well, first off, it's a 4G LTE camera. So there is a SIM card integrated already when you get your V300 Ultimate. So this is provided by Vosker. You don't need to find yourself a provider. Everything is included there. So that means also no wires. So it's powered with the power supply, with the battery, and you don't have a PoE cable that you need to put through. So a Cat5 cable. So again, it's working. It's so easy. It blows my mind how it's already working straight out of the box. So being 4G LTE, being wireless, and also being easy to install, make it so practical for temporary sites. And not only that, but all the features that comes inside the application itself. When you go inside your Vosker application, you can get it on the Google Play Store, on the Apple Store. You go inside your account. From there, you have smart notifications. This is where the AI sense from Vosker came into account. So the smart notification, how it works is you can detect all vehicles, personal vehicles, commercial vehicles, humans, or animals. It doesn't mean you will not receive events for other things. It means that if you select these features, you will receive notification only for these events. So if I put only human, for example, so I'm gonna remove these two, well, that means that when a human comes in front of the camera, I will receive a notification on my phone saying a human was detected in front of my Vosker camera. But again, all the events still comes inside the application itself. Now that this is done, if you go inside the camera itself, and yes, our camera is called Like and Subscribe, so you should do that right now if you are not subscribed to our channel and you like the content you're seeing. So you click on the 3 dots next to your camera, you go into settings, and from there, again, lots of tools available to you. First off is the operation schedule, and this one I really like because it helps you set up a schedule for your camera. And when we're talking about autonomy for a wireless camera, this is exactly what you need. So you can set up a schedule, either it's always on, or if you can set all custom hours, you can select at what time it will come on and start filming. We're talking about temporary sites, so during the day you have people working on the premise, but as soon as the time is off, well, your camera can go on and start recording any action that's occurring in front of it. So we have set up human detection, so you would be notified if a human comes in front of the camera after hours on your temporary site. Next up, you have also the motion delay, sensitivity, trigger speeds. Vosker implemented tips inside of these features, so as soon as you click on them, they help you choose what do you need to set for your your premise that you own. So it's not the same settings for everyone. This is for your personal use. So if it's a temporary site, again, a remote site maybe, there are different settings you can use on there. So follow the Vosker tips. They're really well written and they're really easy to follow up. All right, now let's go to the home settings. You have your camera installed, solar panel installed, you have your 1080p resolution, a nice 90-degree angle field of view for your camera. But how does it actually work? So we mentioned receiving smart notifications, so we'll start from there, right? You open your Vosker application and directly on the home screen, you have some small pictures. So this is the first step, right? You receive a notification that a human was detected on your premise, you click on it, and then you have these pictures that appear on your feed. So either on home or if you go on events, you have multiple events that will appear from there. And then you can review them. So the way you do it is you click on the picture. So let's click on the one that happened a moment ago with me and my colleague right here, Oleg. And you can have two types of requests. So you saw the picture, you see the action, what's actually happening. You can do request a full HD video. So this will download a 10-second clip into your phone from the cloud storage, and you will be able to see the 10 seconds of what's happening in front of your screen. So when you request a full HD video, you have to keep in mind that this is again using LTE network, so it can take some time before you receive your video. So I'm gonna click on confirm. So my request was sent to the camera and it will send me the footage, so the 10-second clip of the action that took place in front of it. Second thing, well, you saw action, you saw the 10-second clip, you want to monitor it yourself, so you can start a live stream. So you can go directly on the stream of the camera and you can monitor what's happening in front of it. So you click on view live stream, you choose the quality of the video, you click on play, and from there you will be connecting to the camera and being able to view what's happening on live. So right now I'm right here, I move forward, I look at the camera, and yeah, working pretty great with this nice crisp image directly on my phone. Since we were looking at the live stream, we had time to download also the full HD video. So when you go inside events, you can click on request, and here you have your pending HD videos. Now we have our history of today. So I will look at this video live, and as I mentioned before, you receive a 10-second clip of the action. And honestly, when we're talking about this type of camera that is more for temporary sites and remote location, 10 seconds is all you need when you need to send a report to whomever it concerns. So if you need to report to the police maybe, or it's something you need to give to your neighbor, this 10-second clips contain all the information you need to be able to report any kind of action that took place where the camera is installed. Another thing that I like about the V300 Ultimate from Vosker is the fact that it comes with two solutions for the storage. As I mentioned, you have the cloud storage that goes directly on the application, so you're able to reach any kind of footage from anywhere as soon as you have your application. But they also provide a 32 gigs SD card with your V300 Ultimate kit. So it's inside the box, you put it inside the camera, so you have local storage, which is, I think, essential when we're talking about security camera. So having these two options creates some sort of redundancy for the footage. So if you have problem with accessing your application, you can always go inside the camera and take the SD card to review this specific footage. And now I'm going to talk about the plans that comes with it, because when we're talking about cloud storage, we need to mention there is a subscription fee. So you have multiple choice you can choose from inside the Vosker application. From the get-go, when you get your Vosker camera or your Vosker kit in that case, well, it sets you up on the Elite plan for 7 days. So you're able to really test out the limits of the plan and see what it fits best for you. So do you need that amount of picture? Do you need that amount of live stream? Maybe not, maybe you're better off sticking with the basic plan. And another feature that I really love, so when you select the plan that you can see right there, you can actually change plans anytime you want without talking to anyone either. You just go on the application and you do your upgrade. So if your cameras are already installed and maybe the end user requests more footage because you need more space, well, you go inside your app, you upgrade from there, and it's done. So no downtime, and you're never waiting for anything. Simply going on your app, you're able to do this by yourself. So what do we think about the V300 Ultimate is probably what you're asking yourself right now, because we did the how-to, we installed it, we showed you how it can work straight out of the box, but is it the security product you need? Well, in all honesty, for the fact that it's so flexible, as we mentioned before, there are so many cases you can install this camera with. We thought about a few, but I'm sure you're thinking about more than us right now. It makes it a great solution, a great security solution for you to install yourself. So we always mention having the help of a professional security installer to make sure that it is perfect installation. But for that product specifically, the fact that it's so easy to install, well, you can make a small mistake, look on your app, well, maybe it needs to be higher, you can change it yourself, and it's easy to do, which makes it a great product for these specific cases. Again, keep in mind it's 4G LTE, so no need of wiring. This can be maybe a problem if you want to install it for certain regions, so think about the solar panel. So keeping in mind all these little things, it may be the perfect product for you, and in some case, well, maybe you're better off with a wired connection to be able to have 24/7 autonomous power on your camera. But honestly, great product, we recommend it, easy to install, easy to use. So what are your thoughts on the V300 Ultimate? Have you ever installed it before? Have you ever used it before? Maybe it's your first Vosker product. Let us know in the comment below, and we'll see each other on the next one.